And chapter 25 is largely in the kind of preparatory content and saying, get ready for the end. You never know when your end is going to be. In fact, actually, here it's kind of phrased within this concept of the last day, the end of time when Jesus comes back, the second coming. And we know that in his first one, he steps inside, the second person of the Trinity, steps inside time and space by stepping into the womb of a young Jewish woman, Mary. She delivers him in the way that's normal, has a baby, and he is still God, fully man, inside the created order. Wearing flesh, humanity, 100% man. The way the confession calls that is that's his ministry of humility. His ministry of humiliation. He ministers to humanity in such a low and really unbelievably low and miserable state. To leave the glory of heaven, the glory of the triune Godhead, and to step inside flesh. Not just inside any human, but a poor Jewish carpenter's kid in the middle of nowhere, insignificant, to be murdered by his own people. He doesn't stay dead. Death isn't strong enough to keep him. He raises himself from the dead. He then spends a handful of days with his disciples and then ascends into glory and kind of disappears off the scene physically for a while. Body residing in heaven next to the Father. But on the last day, he comes back. And this time, rather than showing up in humility, stepping inside the womb of a young Jewish mother, he shows up in glory. With all of the angels around him, these creatures of fire and eyes. And he descends from heaven, and in doing so raises the dead to life. His people meet him in the air, and everyone goes to earth for Judgment Day. Everyone's there. All men and women, boys and girls that have ever lived, everyone is there. And certainly the way the major and minor prophets speak of this day of the Lord is that it's not probably most likely just one simple 24-hour period. It's an event, it's the cataclysm. It's really, we could say of it as it's the time when time as we know it ends. It's the ending of this created order the way that we know it. I mean, to put it kind of in perspective, I did some of the math this morning just to amuse myself. If, as part of Judgment Day, every human alive on the planet right now got 30 seconds before the Trinity, before the triune God, 30 seconds to be judged by Jesus, Judgment Day would only last 7,500 years if everybody got 30 seconds in front of the Lord. That's just the people alive now. We're talking the greatest event in created history. It's the event that defines all other events. It's the event that everything has been in some fashion preparation for. It's the event that the entire created order has been shaped for. I mean, if we go back to even the flood, was the promise that's given to Noah. The Lord will never destroy the world by water ever again, with the implicit hint that it's coming, but it's in fire the next time, in the last day. Judgment Day. This is the point that Jesus describes in Matthew 25.